Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Just gonna go ahead and pause that music real quick. The quickest way, the easiest way, the fastest way, the one of the greatest ways to do the Premier League objective is to try to make a team that is quote unquote the baby meta, right? So you obviously want to have players that are going to be usable in game and that you're going to be able to score with, right? So this team right here didn't cost me too much with the chemistry styles because, as you guys know, shadows and stuff are very, very expensive cards to get in FIFA. I would highly recommend using a team like this, right? A 4-2-4 setup where you have your 4 attackers. If you're going to be rocking that 4-2-3-1, you already have your 2 CDMs in those positions, and then you have your 4 attackers, right? So far with this objective, we have completed it with Salah, right? So Salah is a Liverpool player, so we already had the 2 goals with him. We were lucky with Salah because he was a loan card. Still have 4 games left on his. And then we also did it with Leicester City. We scored 1 goal with Ndidi, and then we scored 1 goal with Jamie Vardy. By the ways, this card right here is an awful card. His dribbling is super sluggish. I'm using Trossard right now for the Brighton objective. I already have 1 goal with him, but he's also very bad. Very hard to... I don't play the game to specifically try to score with him. I play the game naturally, and if he gets into a position to score, then I'll try my best to score with him. But we already completed the objective with Leicester City, and we already completed it with Jamie Vardy. I did the Jamie Vardy card because I kind of wanted to complete that objective as much as possible because attackers-wise, they don't really have much to work with. The only options you have is Ayoze Perez inform card if you wanted to get that. You could have gotten the Gray card, but Gray doesn't really have that many great stats, and so on and so forth. You could have gotten James Maddison as a cam. Maybe he scores some goals for you, but he's not necessarily the ideal card to have in a team, right? But like I said, this is the 4-2-4 setup. You could see the players that I'm using in a team are all from different squads, right? So you could see Manchester United, Liverpool, Bournemouth, Wolverhampton, Arsenal, Aston Villa, Leicester City, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Wolves again, and Brighton. So with this team, Leicester City I already completed, but I still need to complete it for the rest of them, right? So Zaha is a Crystal Palace player. I already have 1 goal with him. I need to score 1 more with him because it's 2 goals with a win, right? So I'm going to show you guys the custom tactics that I do use with this team in particular. So it's a 4-2-3-1 possession-based playstyle. So 4 and 4 in possession, 4 and 5 on balance. I like possession because that's my general playstyle. I like the way that my players move with that. Trossard, however, is very bad off the ball movement wise. You know how with Rui Costa used to talk about how when you're using Rui Costa on balanced attacking tactics with balanced instructions, he doesn't move that well, but on possession he moves better. Trossard is the definition of moving really poorly. This card's a very low rated card, and this is the card that you could potentially get in the future that has a decent card. They talk about like potential of these cards in terms of getting them, but I'm not really sure about that. So Trossard, I have all my 3 cams that come back on defense as well as my striker. They don't really actually come back because there's that line now that you that the players kind of like stop at, and then you defend with your 2 CDMs mostly, right? The reason why I like to tell them to come back is not necessarily for the defensive presence. I do it because of my possession-based playstyle. When I receive possession of the ball in the attack, I want my attackers to be close to me, right? Because when they're not close to me and someone's playing like a high press type playstyle against me, it's very difficult for me to, kind of get around it, right? So, come back in defense for all the players, stay back while tagging cover center for the CDMs, and then stay back while tagging for the fullbacks, right? So that's the main formation that I use. I have different ones, 3-4-1-2 formation, 4-2-3-1 balanced attacking one. So everything is the same, but it's balanced attack instead of with the cams not coming back on defense, and then 4-2-3-1 just for the killer, killing off the time in the last 5 minutes or so, right? So because these objectives are based off of wins, you want to try to have the biggest baby meta possible, cheap squads. Like, these players are not expensive. Like, this, honestly, for me, with the chemistry styles, was like 50k. And again, it depends on what type of cards that you snipe and stuff, because you could get more lucky than other people. But sniping the cards, I was able to get this team to be really cheap. Without the chemistry styles, they're even cheaper because of the fact that they have shadows on them. And, they cost like an extra, like, 7k or whatever, but as you guys know, shadows and hunters are very expensive nowadays. Like, they up the price of them, right? So my suggestion with using players from the Premier League, if you don't have a lot of money, is to make a team like this and progress from there, right? So you can see I already took out Jamie Vardy, I already took out Salah, already completed those 2 objectives. Now it's about, you know, getting Newcastle players, Crystal Palace players, Wolverhampton players, and trying to get them with a thing. The thing about the center backs, right, in regards to scoring goals, because in the future I could just use Fraser, the Bournemouth player, and use him as a left cam, and then maybe if he scores opportunities here and there, that'd be great. Or as a right cam, right? But the thing about the center backs is that it is possible to potentially, very hard because they're random, which is great that they are, score headers with them, right? So if you can score headers with them, that would be great. The fullbacks, you can see that it's being used by a Manchester United player and an Arsenal player. The fullbacks are the way that they are because I am using, obviously, that free kick tactic that's really, really overpowered right now. If I use these cards that don't have good free kick stats, the goalies can even hit them. If I get that free kick, some of the opportunities I'm going to be able to score because of the fact that they have those free kicks. That free kick's really overpowered, right? So at some point, maybe if I get a free kick in general areas, I could potentially score with an Arsenal player or Manchester United player. If I can't, then at some point in the future, maybe I get like a Martial or a Jesse Lingard or whatever, right? And just do the objective that way as well. So that's how I'm doing the objective, guys. This is probably the best way for you guys to do it as well, if you guys do end up doing it. I was playing some games in Division Rivals. At the high Division Rivals, we're at 1877 right now, and that's where I was generally doing the game. So I have some highlights for you guys. Gameplay wasn't great, but we were able to manage results for some of those games. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Chance it's his start today.
Yeah, a goal here would certainly help his cause. It would relax him. You don't want to go 3, 4, 5 games not having found the back of the net.
Threads it through. Zaha really drilled across towards his teammates. And he's open.
Goal to Salah there.
With a fine the ball back by that interception. To level it up now. Clear now, in on goal. Got to keep his nerve here.
At least Zaha made that run.
What a it's a good pass in behind the defenders. He's through here.
Oh, thank God. Here, you know, not an ideal card.
In possession to give them the lead.
Oh my God, Trossard!
Now in possession, Trossard, Salah, and Salah.
Oh, if you missed Salah, I swear to God, man. If EA just made the finishing like really good, you know what I'm saying, like good angles, good shots, whatever, made it the simplest thing to do, then this game would be like, you know what? Even if with the bad gameplay, at least when I get 1v1s, I fucking score them. But the fact that they're inconsistent still bothers me, man. Holy shit, bro.
Now Ndidi. Good use of the ball.
Yes!
And it's gone in. Just what the doctor ordered.
Thank God.
Griezmann. It's opening up for them.
No, you're supposed to pass the other guy.
Threading it forward, and he might be in here.
Yes!
Well, it's a procession.
FC Porto card. Is there stuff for FC Porto?
Tierney. Room now out on the wing. And off he goes with some options. Trossard. Go for Zaha. It's Jamie Vardy. Oh, he's put it into his own net.
It didn't count? Did it actually not count the opportunity? The ball was going to go in the net if he didn't save it.
Well, he's had a go.
Thank you.
Vardy.
Finesse into the net. Thank you.